is a foggy, rainy, crummy day. We are not supposed to get rain until noon, but it's sprinkling and just kind of wet and nasty. But today is going to be a perfect day since we're not going to be able to really do much with the chicken coop because of the weather. We've got some fruit trees we really need to get in the ground, and I think with the rain coming today, that this would be really good for them. So we have got, let me show you, 2 hood pears. We have got methyl plum, which I have one already over there, so that'll be a third one, 3 of them. Einsheimer apples, 2 of those, 2 Florida King peaches. So Jami, sweet Jami, surprised me with these not too long ago for my birthday. They just showed up in boxes and I was like, what is happening? And yeah, she knows the way to my heart because this was such a cool surprise. I think she had to reorder some for herself too because of the goats that got hers, but yeah, I guess we're planning a little mini orchard back over there, and Buddy's digging holes right now for these, so I'm gonna lug these over there, walk these over there to him, and we're gonna get going before the rain really starts coming down, because it is starting to come down.
Okay, so quick update. We decided what we were going to do is pull out the trees and get them planted before the rainstorm today. That way they can get a good watering in, soaking in for free. So I got the auger and I am digging holes, but we ran into an issue. So we kind of want to, we have 2 of each of the different types of trees that we wanted to companion plant with each other. And so here we put our first 2 in, which are the pears, hood pears, right?
Yeah.
So we do have 2 more holes, but after these 2 holes, we are kind of stuck because the next hole further down, if we kept going in a row, would be underneath the pecan tree. And when that thing is in full bloom, no sunlight gets underneath it.
Yeah, we're actually kind of risking it with this one right here because in the afternoon it's not going to get a whole lot of
as
sun.
much, right?
But it'll get day sun and morning sun.
So if you go further to the right, then you have our septic lines that run down the middle.
Well, the tanks are there, but the lines are out there, so we don't want to go.
Well, yeah, not the leach lines.
Yeah.
The leach lines are way out there, but the main line from the house to the tanks back there is right where the next tree would need to be for, to keep with a 20-foot spacing.
So my idea was to take some of this greenery between the garden and the fence on that side and look at that. It's either that or plants where we're maybe going to put a barn one day.
Well, we can't do anything where the barn's going to go.
Okay.
And the barn will go there. I heard doubt in your voice. We will get a barn.
One day.
One day. Okay.
Is my hair so crazy in this wet, gross weather?
Well, it's just, I don't know.
Okay.
Seems fine. So, I don't know. Close to the pine tree is also a lot of shade. Pine tree doesn't put off near as much shade as the pecan tree, but still a lot. And then we got off to the right, we have our oaks, our live oaks. So that really just leaves the garden area.
Well, it would be nice to put some right here, but I feel like there's too many roots.
The roots are crazy from those tallow trees.
Yeah. I mean, we might get lucky and try to hit a soft spot.
I mean...
Or do you think it's too close to our lines where the roots might?
I don't know, let's walk over there. Okay. We had an idea when we came over here. You know, eventually, I don't know, maybe we'll just buy a chainsaw, but eventually we're going to get these stumps out of here. But we've had trees here since we've lived on the property, so it'd be nice if we had 2 more trees. So I went ahead and just kind of picked a spot that I thought maybe wouldn't be as filled with roots from the 2 big tallow trees. And I kind of got lucky. I hit some small ones, but for the most part, right outside of the chicken coop, I got one in the ground. And then over by the other stump, kind of pretty close to it, I actually got one in the ground. And this spot here is actually a little sandier, so we think the peach for the sandier spots, right?
Yeah, we could do the peach here, or we could do it there, and the plums here, whichever. What do you want to do?
Good with either.
Because we've never really had a whole lot of luck with peach because of the drainage, but these are really like good sandy holes.
Yeah.
My only concern is the roots that they're gonna have to but I mean, over time they'll die and compost themselves, but
over a very long time. You know how long roots stay in the ground? Like forever.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, let's get the peaches in here then.
I know those 2 holes?
No, and peaches in the sandy ones, plums in those 2.
Okay.
I want to try and give peaches a chance, because...
I know, but I was thinking of the other peach we have over there. That's I was thinking the closer that they are, the more it would be.
So that's the same Houston peach. These are Florida King peaches.
Yeah. And we have 2 other plums, but they're methyl plums and they're the same plum variety as that one. So.
Okay. Well, let's do it. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Just throw them in. All right, let's get these plants in the ground. Okay, we came up with what we're going to do. We're going to plant, so the apples need a little bit, they can be a little bit closer. 15 feet.
Yeah. 15
so
feet, yeah.
15 to 18. So we're going to put one on one side of the chicken coop and the other one 15 feet on the other side of the chicken coop, which I think is going to look pretty cool.
Yeah, because up there is just too, I mean, it says that apple trees can tolerate a medium clay soil, but
you don't get as good results.
You don't get as good results when you don't have like a well-draining soil, so.
This soil all right here is on a slope heading down to that little creek on there.
Yeah, and then this corner, pretty much right where we're at, starts a lot of heavy clay.
Right, that's where it starts to flatten out.
So, probably be okay right here.
Yeah.
This might actually be medium clay when we start digging. We'll see.
Steph said that when you stand here and you look.
Oh yeah, stand right here.
Stand in the middle and you just look out and you see the little baby plants that we're planting, and then you see old mother pecan tree.
Yeah.
Like the willow from Pocahontas.
Yeah, she's the old wise mother.
The old wise mother. That's cool. All right, let's get these apples in the ground.
Okay, so day 2, want to wrap up the fruit trees video. But we got 2 apples right here in front of the chicken coop. And then we have two hood pears, one here, one here. We have our fig here, which looked a little bit better before the goats got to it. Celeste fig, but it survived the goats. This fence has to come down, and we're putting up a new fence because there's a bunch of holes in it. This is the methyl plum that I had previously planted. And then this is the Sam Houston peach that I had planted before. And then we've got our Florida King peach, another Florida King peach, and over here next to where we cut down the 2 tallow trees, where we still need to remove the stumps, we've got the methyl plums, that's what they are. Another methyl plum here, and another methyl plum here. So this is our tiny little fruit orchard we've got going on. And then we've got Mother Pecan right there. So it's looking a little crazy right now. We're gonna clean it all up, but we've got a lot of projects going. And that is our orchard. So one thing about fruit trees is that you have to have a lot of patience. It's gonna take a few years before we'll see anything from them, but hopefully if we can keep them alive long enough and keep the goats away long enough, will give us some good fruit. So fingers crossed that we keep these things alive. All right, just a quick update on what I did today. I extended the rows out a little bit to meet the irrigation pipe and covered it. So I had to put some dirt down because already the other dirt was already used and compact. So I put some dirt down, and then I put the extra tarp that we had, the weed fabric, and then I added some marigolds to the ends of each row. And then I just sporadically included some marigolds in with the other vegetables that I had already planted. I did start marigolds by seed as well, but these were already blooming and ready to go at the hardware store, so I picked those up. But just a quick overview, you can kind of see the marigolds throughout the garden. And so far everything is looking good. We've got vegetables starting to form, and I'm just going to let them go now. Some of this white powder that you see, if you missed my other video, I had put down some diatomaceous earth at the base of these plants to ward off any extra insects that might want to come take my plants from me. But I also added marigolds at the end of this row between the corn patch. So got some cool stuff happening, and we've got a little baby tomato starting on my Cherokee purple plants that I had started over the winter that I transplanted. We've got some tomato plants that are starting to flower, but I was pruning these the other day and I noticed that there was already a tomato. So that'll be a Cherokee purple. Excited. But the neem oil seeming to work on the, well, I say that, but now I just see a black bug. I've been spraying neem oil every afternoon on these eggplants, and I added diatomaceous earth, but these little black bugs right here are just chomping away at my eggplant, and they do not care that I have been spraying them. There's definitely less signs of them, but see, there's none on this one. I really covered that one in diatomaceous earth. I'm hoping that they go away. Look. That is an awesome, awesome thing to see. I love to see it. Saw some butterflies today. It's kind of an overcast day. Bumblebees, dragonflies. So everyone's coming out to play. Oh, tried to focus for you, but she flew off. I also, if you want to learn from my mistakes, dug up today all of the bushes that we had planted before, because we planted them before we laid down our tarp. And I relocated them and I used the extra tarp to put them on the right side of where they needed to be, so we actually had a walkway. Because what was happening was we were using this as the walkway, but this is where we had put our blackberries and our blueberries. So I just had just enough tarp. I mean, look, this is pretty much perfect compared to the rest. I had just enough tarp to do this little section. So hopefully they don't get smashed or stepped on anymore, because they were kind of hard to see. And hopefully the grass, we can keep the grass down. Yeah, it was a good day on the garden. Now I'm gonna get ready to go to Caden's track meet.